Hello, I'm Stephanie Bryant. I'm going to be the instructor of your Summer 1 course for Math for Health Professions. And I wanted to show you a couple ways to log into the campus if you haven't done it before. You can go to asun.edu, and when you go there, you can click on One Stop. And then over here on the left-hand side of the page, you got Canvas. And you also got our ASUN Office 365 email that you can go to here as well. Once you go to there, or you can go to asun.instructure.com. Once you get logged in, you're going to Canvas. You're going to click on the course shell, and then we're going to go into our course. And this is going to be the home page. This is what you're going to see first. Please don't go by these over here on the side. This to-do list, this is not in the right order. And it doesn't always show you all the assignments that you have due. So this here will lead you astray. So don't follow that over there. If when you log in, and this is all you see, you don't see these links on the left-hand side, click on these bars because you're going to want to go to these links on the side. Always read the home page. Anything new I'd like to add to the course or announcements or whatever, I like to add to the top here. As far as like, hey, due dates, deadlines, or anything like that, or hey, watch this video. This welcome video is going to be at the top here. And then here's some helpful information. If you forget the dates of the semester ending, when the final exam is going to be, things like that, you can come back and read this statement. When you email me, here's my email address. It's the Office 365, ASUN ID. Our course code, the code you're going to use for this course when emailing me in the subject line is going to be this right here. Okay, so that tells me it's Math for Health Professions. It tells me it's online, and it's section 1 in summer 1. All right, section 4, summer 1. And then down here, I'm going to post some announcements here that you can click on here if you want to go this direction first. Over here on the left-hand side, let's click on announcements links. As you see, there's none yet, but they're fixing to start opening up for you, and you'll be able to read. And I like to put helpful material, deadlines, due dates, some new videos, some updates, anything that I can give you towards the course or let you know that I'm adding to the course that would be helpful, or reminders or more work or anything like that. You can go here. So, and this also goes to your Office 365 email. This is our inbox for Canvas inbox. So that means there's 2 places you can find emails from me as well as me from you. However, if you use the inbox all the time and I haven't replied back to you, it's just because it doesn't always populate here for me to see it. Then send me an email to the Office 365 and just be like, hey, don't go too long without hearing back from me. I'm normally pretty prompt Monday through Friday morning. Monday mornings through Friday mornings, I'm really prompt about answering you back. On the weekends, some weekends I work and I do check the emails, and then some weekends I'm like you, I like to kind of take a break for a moment. So if I email you on the weekend, I don't always expect you to respond back immediately, but if you do, great. Okay, so moving on. Here is our simple syllabus. It's going to have some expectations about the course, contact information. Once it's loaded, it'll be ready for you come day 1 of course. Outcomes. These are our course outcomes. So you have the course outcomes, these 4, and these are the things you're going to learn and master. And then we have our final exam, overall institutional learning outcome, meaning was you able to apply these 4 outcomes, course materials that you learn. And then modules is where you're going to go. So modules is where you want to go every day after you've already completed reading the first 4. All right. The first module is a start here, must read module. And every one of these are separate links and kind of like a breakdown of the syllabus as well as added material. Contact instructor, contact me. There's some helpful information right there. So here's our academic calendar right here, and then ASUN IT information. Some of these are a little out of order. I'm working on getting those back in order, but this has got some helpful content. So please take your time and read this. This main conversion sheet, everything in there you need to download, print, or make a copy of, however, make flashcards. These are things you you have to know. Okay, so I would start studying on day one, remember, memorization. And if you want to close the module, just click on the triangle. And then here's the Hawks Learning. You must purchase it. This is where we're going to do homework. The homework's going to sync to the Canvas. So whenever you go in here and register for my course in Hawks, be sure to use your ASUN email address so that way it will link to the gradebook. Here is this tool you can click on. Oh, this tool here is not the one you're going to click on. I'm going to fix that. It's going to have SOS. See, it's going to say SOS link. So that would be the one you can click on. It'll take you to the course. Here's our course ID. And then here, if you need Hawks IT, steps on enrolling, how to create a practice quiz in Hawks, and then some expectations about Hawks. Once you've done all that, then you can close this and you're not going to that module no more. You're not going to Hawks. You're going to, I mean, you'll go to Hawks, but you're going to follow it through the modules page because it's very important you follow this course through the modules page. And then week one, here is your week one check-in quiz. You'll have from June 2nd through June 9th to complete it. It's 1 to 3 points, and it's just staying in communication with me. It's one way to have one-on-one questions with me so I can have some feedback with you. And then Monday, June 2nd, here you go. Please read these things here that I post. Some of it I repeat over and over and over, but please read it. This is very important. And I try my best to give you deadlines, dates, reminders, whatever through here that will help you through the process. And then the pre-course assignments, helpful material. So this is a video that I created on multiple ways you can answer a question or you're asked to answer a question in Canvas. So this is important. Watch this so that way when you take the exams, the unit exams through Canvas, you understand how to use Canvas links and equation builder if you haven't ever done that before. These two assignments you must have completed by June 5th or you will be dropped from the course due to no attendance, no show. And then here's June 3rd, which is Tuesday, it's day 2. And of course, read this information. Friday, I'll be dropping non-attending students and no shows. So if you do not participate in this course, you will be dropped. Here's basic math. Here's the course outcome for basic math. You can read it, but it just gives you a breakdown of what we're covering. You cannot use a calculator in the basic math section. Here's some practice problems. And then here we go, section 2 starts. It says calculate with confidence. I hold the control key down and click on these links and it opens them up in another link. That way I don't lose the modules page, okay? So when you come here, this is telling you where you can go in the textbook to find the specific section, practice problems and what page they're on. And then here's my information to contact me if you need me. Here's some PowerPoints over these 2 chapters. Here's some videos that's created to help you over some of this math. And then here's some PDF and PowerPoints that may be useful and helpful to you. Once you're done with that one, you click out. Here is some lecture videos that I've created over some application problems over these 2 sections in Hawks that will be helpful to you. And then this here is just explaining to you what to expect, you know, the learn section and Hawks or whatever it may be, what pages to go to in the textbook. And then here's Hawks PowerPoint for this section. And then there's going to be PowerPoints for once you hit section 5, the chapter PowerPoints. And here's some YouTube videos I created. Some of them are my colleagues. Some I get from some nurses that posted some videos as we go through the course. And then here's some Hawks helpful videos working out examples. And then it says 2.2, that is the Hawks homework. So when you click this download window here, this link here, it's going to take you to Hawks on that section, okay? And then we're going to move on. So I just kind of wanted to give you a breakdown. Resources is resources. It's giving you information. I just went through that with this video. This is textbook. It's telling you about the textbook as well. And some videos and helpful stuff. And as we move on, you're going to see exam. When you click on the exam, it's not available to you right now, but this is through Canvas. so it's not sinking you nowhere else. You're going to stay in Canvas. You have to upload a calculator for approval to use starting in section 5. You don't get to use it in basic 5 or in basic math, but once we hit section 5 on, you get to use one if you got approved. And it has to be a basic calculator: add, subtract, multiply, divide, and then the square root. That's it. You see this picture? Nothing, no more than that. And send me a picture of one. If I approve it, then you get to use it. If I don't, I'll tell you, again, you need to look at this image, get one like this. They're usually anywhere from $1 to $3 for these calculators. They have gone up. They used to be less than less than $1. And then you're going to upload it here in this quiz. And then we're going to move on. Health. Weekend 1, helpful information's here. Then you're going to have to do the lockdown browser. I encourage you to get on this immediately. Week 1, get that lockdown browser done, because the final exam is going to be proctored through the lockdown browser. And the sooner you get it done, the more feedback I can give you on what you did wrong or what you need to do, or vice versa. So that way, when you take the final exam, you already know what to expect. If you wait till the last minute, I might not be able to give you as much feedback as I would if you gave it to me early in the semester. And this is a 4-week semester, so it's going to move fast. I encourage you to use the weekends to catch up on any assignments that you could not finish, because if it's an exam, it's going to lock that next Monday. So I encourage you, and if it's a weekly check-in, it locks on a Monday. It does not reopen. So exams, final exam, and weekly check-ins, those are the 3 assignments that have a lock date. All right, they will not be unlocked. So please stay on top of that. So the weekends, use it as to review, finish homework, whatever you haven't gotten done, getting prepared for the next week. I do know that you like weekends. I do too. However, sometimes we got to use it, especially if we're going to be in a course that lasts like 3 weeks, 4 weeks long. You know, it's not very long. So I wanted to show you one other assignment that you're going to see is different. So again, you got the textbook information with some helpful videos, PowerPoints, and so on. And then we have this resource. And again, I'm holding the control key when I click on these links. Resources, it's telling you information about where to find it. My information, some more PowerPoints, some videos, and so on. And then you see it says lecture video quiz. Lecture video quizzes are my videos that I have synced in Edpuzzle, and I have questions embedded. And you have to watch the video and answer the questions as you go. You can't skip around. And it is worth 10 points, and it is part of your grade. So if you miss these, you're going to lose quite a bit of points. So I encourage you to follow the modules page. Once you've done that lecture video, of course, there's 2 more on this section. And then 5.1, that is my Hawks homework. So it's going to sync you to Hawks. So all these grades sync back. If you have any questions at all, please holler at me. And then you got the grades page. Well, the grades page is just going to show you a listing of the assignments with deadlines, due dates. I want you to understand that Hawks assignments, some of the basic math says June the 23rd, and then all the other says June 26th. This is not so you can wait to this date to do those assignments. This is if you're struggling with a specific section and you're like, I got to move on, you can always come back to it before the semester ends. Also, if you're at the end of the semester and you're like, hey, I want to review for this final exam, I want to go back to section 6, it's still open on the 26th. You're able to review on the 26th. But on the 27th, final exam opens, and all assignments, everything's locked. Nothing's going to allow you back in, okay? So that is why the dates are extended like they are, not so you can wait till last minute. Please don't use this as your tool to follow to make sure you get all your work done, because sometimes it might not be in the right order. Sometimes it doesn't populate, or you just overlook it. There is a what if button. If you wanted to just click here and you could put, what if I made a 2 out of 8? What would my grade be? Right now it looks like it'd be 25%. So you can do that. If you're ever curious what you need to make on an exam, just do that. And it will let you know it's not changing your grade on your end. So then you have Brain Fuse. That's an online tutoring service if you want to reach out to them. Here's our ASUN library link. People, these are the people in your course. So if you wanted to study with someone, you could. And then here is the Office 365 ASUN email. So I'm looking forward to working with all of you. If you have any questions, please just reach out to me. Thank you.